Okay. Now, with regards to, as I was saying, the one tablet of Sino-X contains 225 milligrams of alkaline spirulina, and they add another 25 milligrams of metabolites into it. That makes 250 milligrams per tablet. Alkaline spirulina is fantastic, it's good, okay? Because every tablet contains 200 milligrams of alkaline spirulina. So alkaline spirulina came about in the early, I should say, more to very late 80s, almost to the 90s. Now, before this, what happened was they have another green algae, but it was a freshwater one, just to bring you back a bit of history so you understand a bit more. And that is, I can't remember the name, but it's definitely not spirulina, it's something else. And then spirulina came along and overtook that tremendously, because this one gives you much more better nutrition than the other thing. So alkaline spirulina, right, is a complete food, and I will explain what do you mean by a complete food. So today's diet, you can see, okay, basically fast food or a lot of seafood or fast food in the sense of noodles, cup noodles, because people now just rushing for time. Very different, right, from yesteryears where people really have hot food, sit down, what we call slow cooked food. And these food are notorious. Notorious in the sense is it has 6 highs: high in fat, high in carbohydrate, high in animal protein, high in sugar, high in calories, and high in salt. Whereas it is low, 3 lows: low in vitamin, low in minerals, and low in plant protein. It should be the other way around, right? In other words, instead of having high all these things, it should be low on those and high on the vitamins, minerals, and protein. So as a result, our diet is not good, and therefore this will lead to nutrients deficiency. And, right, take a look at this. So what is we can see is the human body requires 46 essential nutrients from the daily diet. Unfortunately, you can see what we have been eating. And as we said yesterday, ask anyone what they take for breakfast, chances are is basically carbohydrates. Lunch would normally be the same. In the Asian, not just Malaysian, but in the Asian context, it is either rice with a bit of meat, a little bit of vegetable, and plenty of gravy to wash it down. So that is not really good, but sometimes it is for convenience. For the lower end group of people, it is what they can afford, which is rather sad. So but the amount of nutrients, therefore, we get are very low on a daily basis, right? So what will happen would be that will lead to what we have an analogy. If we don't have all the essential nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, and the protein, then this bucket, right, is like a bucket that leaks. So whatever it is that we have will all leak out. So deficiency of one essential nutrient may limit the absorption of other nutrients, hence causing unnecessary wastage. It is all interlinked. Unfortunately, many of us do not realize that. Just like calcium, magnesium, our CalMax. Calcium by itself is good, but without magnesium, the absorption is hindered. So here we can see how, right, where this red line, okay, when this red line is broken, these nutrients are interconnected. You need these so that this can be absorbed properly, and this combination helps the others to be absorbed. So when one of them is broken, the whole chain is unraveled, and you see on this pink picture, all the things are not well absorbed. So no matter what we eat, if it is not balanced in the sense with the 46 essential nutrients, well, as we said, over time, we will find chronic illnesses cropping in, primarily, even though we have sufficient of certain minerals, it is still not enough because the absorption was hindered. So how can we achieve balanced nutrition? We have one option. The first option is consume 10 different types of fruits and vegetables daily. So you can see from here, right, in the basket and outside the basket, that represents, right, 10 different types of fruits and vegetables, right? 9 to 17 servings, because the nutritional content of the fruits and vegetables are very low in today's world. A comparison would be, some of you may have heard what I've said before. I went to a course, a wellness course in Singapore, and the wellness doctor says, can anyone guess an orange in the early 1900s, right, 1905, 1904, compared to the oranges today? What or how many oranges I have to take today to have the same equivalent in terms of nutrition when I take one orange in the early 1900s? None of us guessed right. And he said 15 oranges. Today, I have to take 15 oranges compared to someone living in the early 1900s where he only takes one orange, and that's sufficient for the nutritional value that's in the orange. Because a lot of farmers today use nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, NPK, but they miss out a lot of trace minerals. Now, to the next talk that I'm going to give will be on Kington, and you will be able to see how the topsoil or the soil has been denuded, and not only that, has been washed away because of extensive farming. There is insufficient foliage to hold on to the topsoil. When the rain comes, when the deluge comes, all the soil are washed into the streams and carried over into the ocean. So besides 9 to 17 servings, which is rather impossible in today's lifestyle, we also have to have from different color groups. You can see here, right? Green, dark green, yellow, red, and, purple, and so forth. And then not contaminated with pesticides and chemicals. So this is quite tough because besides organic vegetables and fruits, the rest they need to have, right, pesticides or other chemicals to keep pests away so that they can have a fruitful harvest. Now, even with so-called organic vegetables, can we be sure that the grocer is giving us organic vegetables?
Gabriel, Dr. Faisal asked you to let him in.
Oh, sorry. Let me see where I can get him in. Just give me a minute. Huh? So I exit full screen first. I don't see how I can get him in. I go out first. Okay, he's in. Can you guys still see the share screen? Hello?
Yes, can.
Yes, can.
Okay,
Yeah,
good, good.
we can all see, right?
Okay. Let me see, where was I? Yep, here. Okay, let me get rid of this sidebar. Okay, bigger screen. So, and then not only the fruits and vegetables, better not to be contaminated. The grocers, we can't really trust the grocers, the suppliers who supply to the grocers. A lot of people take shortcuts. Then if it is cooked, right, can we cook it at less than 28 degrees C? Chances are we cook things at very high heat, and they also lose quite a bit of the nutritional values in the fruits and vegetables. Now, then the second option would be to consume 4 to 6 types of synthetic supplements. So you may need to go down to the chemist or the pharmacy to buy, right, 46 different types. Well, there may be some with combination, like multivitamins, right? Then we're not sure because we need beyond that. We need to have it balanced. Too much of one thing can also impede, right, the absorption of others. So nutritional intake should be balanced on that. So option 3, consume 5 types of fruits and vegetables plus spirulina. Right, the 5 types of fruits and vegetables will give us some form of the, like, vitamin C and other vitamins. Plus, more important is there is enough fibers for us to do the go to the toilet, so to say. So this is simple and convenient. Plus, the 5 types of vegetables and fruits would ensure we have taken more alkaline food and less acidic food. So we should be consuming on an 80-20 basis, 80% of alkaline food and 20% of acidic food. And the spirulina will ensure, right, at least we will ensure that we have a balanced nutrition. So what is spirulina? It is the most ancient organism. It goes back to the dinosaur age, when the earth exists over 3.5 billion years ago. It gives us an instant source of nutrition, 1,000 times higher in concentrated nutrients compared to regular seaweed or vegetables. So it's a very potent kind of source for our nutrients for us to take in. Very, very highly concentrated. And it is recognized all over the world. The Food and Agriculture Organization, the best food for tomorrow. Okay, that of the United Nations, it says that. The FDA also says excellent nutrient supplement, the best health supplement for mankind in the 21st century. And there are many brands of spirulina in the market. Which one is the best choice? So when we walk into the pharmacy, wow, we really don't really know. I've also said yesterday, okay, that people walk into there, they really do not know which one to pick. I have also mentioned that when we dissolve those over the counter, it is not bluish green. What they add in may do us no harm. I think, and I believe it is what we call filler products. In other words, it will have not as much spirulina as we expect. It looks big, the pill looks big, or the tablet looks big, but there's plenty of neutral kind of product. It won't harm you, it won't do you any good either. It just make it looks big on a commercial basis. So we say alkaline spirulina would be our wisest choice. Take a look. The alkaline spirulina right, giving us balanced nutrition. It is 100% alkaline. It has 4 natural pigments, the red, the beta carotene, which is very good for the eyes, the chlorophyll, right, which is very good for the liver, and the centrophil. And
Gabriel, can you go full screen?
This is full screen already.
The slide, the slide. Oh, full screen.
Oops.
Oi, what happened?
I tried to use the arrow.
Oh.
Yeah, this is even smaller.
Okay.
So this is full screen.
Full screen. Oh. You can still see all your slide on the left one.
Yeah. I don't know how to get rid of that. Let me see.
There, that one. You click the button. Also there.
Then it says full screen.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, if it is full screen, I've got to use this sidebar. Where is it? Yeah.
That chart.
Yeah. Okay. So it has 4 natural pigments: the xanthophyll and the phycocyanin, the yellow and the blue pigment. This suppresses cancer cells growth. Now we have 20 minerals: calcium, potassium, sodium, magnesium, and so forth. And then we have also 18 vitamins, right? The B complex, as well as C, D, E, F, K, and so forth. And 18 plant-based protein. And all these here are protein, but they are broken down into what we call amino acids. So we have 18 types of amino acids. So these, right, the first 8 are what we call essential amino acids. So any food that can give you these 8 essential amino acids, we call it a complete food, because our body do not manufacture these 8 essential amino acids. We need to take it in. Besides some vitamins like vitamin C, our body also don't manufacture, and the minerals as well, some. So what will happen would be, right, this is 18 of the 22. Only 4 of the amino acids, and these can be are left out, and this can be manufactured by our body. It is very complete, very difficult to get.
What is amino acid again? Which one?
Amino,
the plant-based protein.
Protein is a broad thing. So what makes up the protein, right, would be 22 amino acids will make up the complete protein. Okay. So then we have some carbohydrates and some fats, linolenic acid, gamma linolenic acid. So this is very complete for all of us to take in. But when I first saw this, I said, it cannot be, right? It must be manufactured in the lab. I always tell people, I always think it's manufactured in the lab. No, I've not come across, in all my readings, that something that small can give us such a complete food. Now we go on and see higher nutritional value than other food. 30 tablets of spirulina a day, right, have the beta carotene that's inside these 30 tablets. We have to take, if we take apples, we need to take 550 apples. That's how concentrated the nutrients in spirulina is. And then we take another look, right? For vitamin B3, we need to take 420 grams. And for another one here, we also have, right, 5 uniqueness of alkaline spirulina. Prestigious record, certified organic. Now ours is definitely organic. Like I said, alkaline do not mess around. It is certified, and this certification, right, is not, we said it. We have the accolades to show, local and international accolades, renowned founders. It was founded by the Japanese professor, Professor Queen Kodo. Now his son, Yasumasa, right, which has a PhD from Oxford, and he now takes over the company because the father is rather old already. And we have 12 analysis, scientific and clinical studies. In fact, now we have even more because the son has a PhD from the Oxford, Cambridge, and he now does research on all this. Then the next slide will show us, right? We are the number one in Malaysia because we have done this for captured the market for about 70% of the Malaysian market. So it is a trusted brand for over 23 years now. So certified organic with 50 no's, no chemicals, substances, no contamination, no poor quality. And if you go through all these, it's too small even to read. So, but rest assured, it is certified organic. So why organic? Obviously, right, it is healthier, higher nutritional value, definitely more delicious, but and definitely is also go green. So we also know organically grown fruits and vegetables are 80% more nutritious. That's why a lot of people might pay through the nose to get organic fruits and vegetables, and then rather than commercially grown goods. Take for example, Orange County, California. In the early 1900s, when they first started cultivating orchards, orange orchards in California, the fruits were sweet and delicious because the ground were fertile, virgin cleared areas where they grow the oranges. And then what will happen would be if the plants, right, grew well and the plants are healthy, the soil is healthy, and the fruits therefore are healthy. But as time goes on, they have to replenish the missing minerals that's in the ground for the plants, for the orange growth. And what did they put in? Like I said, NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. But the trace minerals are missing, and many other minerals are missing. And therefore, the fruits are not as nutritious as it should be. Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, that's my phone.
Oh, somebody's phone, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then,
Gabriel?
sorry?
Gabriel,
Yeah.
was wondering if you could send this PDF of this deck to us now. Because while you're going through training, we can scroll up and down. Then got any question, we can ask you.
Just give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Can, thanks. You send to me, I'll send to the rest.
Couldn't open this in my phone, you know. I have to get out from here to send.
Oh.
Hold on a minute, see whether I can send it here. Email, only email here.
Oh, email lah. Okay lah, you email to me. You can
Because
email.
this one is
I can give you my email. Wait, how?
It's okay. You can do it later. Maybe we can continue with this one first.
Then okay lah.
I think we finished this. I will send it to you guys. Oh, I've come up. God knows what happened to my. Okay, So we resume this. You can see the picture, you can see the screen, huh?
Yep, can.
Yeah, okay. First, the research and development, you know, then the cultivation, all these are certified internationally. Then the post-production, the quality, the sales. But one of the most important is the number 5. This is, I highlighted this also. It is the JHFA, Japanese Health Food Association. It is even more strict, as I was brought to understand, than the FDA. So if this one says it is certified for whatever it is, rest assured, this is as good as you can get. Then number 6 is the Frost and Sullivan Award and all that. Then number 5 is also certified halal by Malaysia Islamic Development Department as well, approved by Drug Control Authority. So all this certification lends credence to the fact that what we say, or Elkin says, is definitely that this is a very, very good product, in other words. So this is Professor Quinn Kodo, right? He's very old now. This was taken some time back. He is the father of Elkin spirulina. He started this in 1976, way, way back before the West even heard of spirulina. Then later on, about 10 years ago, Dr. Yasumasa Kono took over because the father has aged and retired, but is the advisor. So now is the 2nd generation researcher of the Elkin spirulina. And so in 75, we add 25 plus another 20. So this is about 45 years ago he started. And we are in very good hands because Professor Quinn Kodo does what we call clean cultivation. The ponds are well aerated so that there is no dead or dying spirulina. When the pond is not well aerated, they lack oxygen, and therefore the spirulina is a seaweed anyway. So it thrives in saline solution, and the spirulina will die and they drop to the bottom. When all this is harvested, the dead spirulina does not give us the nutrition. So he is also very meticulous to ensure, right, this is clean cultivation, meaning, right, there is this continuous flow, continuous aeration to make sure the spirulina is well aerated. So uniqueness number 5, 12 analysis, scientific and clinical studies. Well, first is lower LDL, the bad cholesterol that causes heart disease by almost 79%. SOD, right, helps to slow down aging, almost 50%. 16% increase in improving gastrointestinal microflora, because we need to balance back the microflora, one of which was taking our lactose S to flush out all the coprostatic stools and the bad stools, plus also introducing good bacteria to balance back out our flora. And then it reduces fatty liver disease by up to 50%, increased concentration of beta carotene in blood by about 3 times, and therefore very good for our eyesight, in particular the young children, right? Children who are growing up, and therefore they need this for their good eyesight. And in today's world, a lot of the young people are focused into the handphone, as well as, right, into the iPads and so. And so all this radiation is not doing the eyes any good. And close to 3 times higher in beta carotene. And then 7 would be, let me get rid of this, give me a minute. Close to 3 times higher in vitamins E, and close up to double the phycocyanin content. This will help us to suppress cancer cells growth, double the chlorophyll content. Chlorophyll helps us to detox our liver, and over 50% higher in protein, which is what we try to eat, to have when we take in meat products, and more minerals in comparison to other brands. So this is All these are in comparison, right, to other brands that's in the market. More vitamins in comparison to other brands. So we can see, right, our spirulina. We have also testimonies about people who have stopped taking our brand because when they go over to the pharmacy and they buy over the counter, sometimes they can get it cheaper. But then when they take it, they find that they don't have the same efficacy. They don't have the same vitality when they compared to when they take our product and they come back to consume our product. Not only here, some of my overseas clients also say the same thing. When they run short, they go to the pharmacy and buy the spirulina, but it says it's different. I don't seem to have that I don't seem to have that vigor. But when I take Alcon spirulina, I feel I'm much more energetic. I feel I'm more alert. And so it's not because they stopped eating because they couldn't afford it, but it's more because of shipment. They ordered late, and therefore the shipment went there late. Then studies of benefits of spirulina. Now even fishball, they put it in. Today spirulina is widely used in Japan, both as a food and a medicine. We now go down, right, to taking food to help our body to cure ourselves. So in that context, it is taken like a medicine. So it produces or substantially increases energy in athletes. So what my clients overseas or even in Malaysia says the same thing. They feel much more energetic. Spirulina has been used in sustaining food for centuries, long before the FDA approved it. In fact, it was in Chad. Chad is a country in Africa, and they found the Africans staying near this pond full of, it looks like sludge, that is this. And then they found they're all very healthy, and they found out that they've been eating this sludge, and then they went and checked into it. Actually, that sludge is spirulina, and so they found later on they start to analyze, and then Professor Woonmp4 went into it, and in 1976 he started the cultivation. So Alcon spirulina versus multivitamin. Multivitamin generally is synthetic with no enzyme presence. So ours is natural with enzyme because it was a living organism, but it's what they do is freeze dry it. Low bioavailability. Ours is high bioavailability. Low digestibility. Ours is very good digestibility. So there's in terms of multivitamins, when it's synthetic, chances are it has a higher probability of creating kidney stones, blurred vision, possible hair loss, liver damage, headaches, etc. because it's rather synthetic. Chemicals, in other words. Ours is 100% organic. It is actually what we call a vegetable, right? It's a seaweed, in other words. So there shouldn't be any side effect, primarily because ours is organic and 100% pure. There is no other additional things that can get inside. So what is the recommended consumption? Take 2 to 3 times daily, before or after meals, preferably before meals so that we can absorb all the goodness that's in the spirulina. Adult, 5 to 10 tablets each time. For more energetic people, right, I normally would recommend they take a higher dosage. For less energetic people, they take on a lower dosage is okay. For children less than 12 years old, 1 to 4 tablets each time, 2 to 3 times a day. The general rule is, right, if they are 8 years old, give them 8 tablets. If they are 6 years old, give them 6 tablets. So break it into 2 times. 6 tablets will be 3 tablets, 3 tablets. So 3 tablets twice a day. Adults, for ladies, I believe 15 to 20 is more enough, good enough. But for very active ladies, right, to work out and all that, go beyond that. It does no harm. I believe in taking a little bit more rather than a little bit less, because our digestion is not 100%. Our absorption is also not 100%. Our metabolism is also not 100%. So we need to digest, then we need to absorb, and then we need to metabolize it to convert it to other forms of energy. And in between this kind of conversion or activities, there will be losses because it's not 100%. So the dosages vary from individual to individual. And then so these are just some of the experience sharing testimonies. So before, this guy, right, has serious migraine, took painkillers. This has been some time. This is back in 2017. So we're talking about since 6 years ago, he has been taking this. So after he took Alkun Spirulina, the migraine disappeared. So did not require painkillers anymore. But of course, it doesn't happen overnight. We must remember this is food, and it varies from people to people. Sometimes it takes a month, some people take 6 months, some people take 3 months. And this lady, right, menstrual pain and migraine since she was 13 years old, cold sweat on most of the time because the pain and the migraine really affects the blood flow. And after taking spirulina, menstrual pain and migraine becomes less, and the body condition has improved. But that's because this was in the early stages. After a few more months, right, all this will be so much less that it's non-existent. So again, at this only 31 years old, morning sickness during early pregnancy, underweight of newborn baby, right? While she was pregnant, right, she would continue taking this. Then the morning sickness also reduced, body feels better, and then the babies grow healthier. So she must have taken it rather late, and that underscores why the baby was born underweight. If she had proper nutrition before and during, right, the full length of the pregnancy, the baby will not be underweight. I do believe that she took it during her late pregnancy, because we can see from here, right, her morning sickness reduced. So in other words, she did not take it before getting pregnant or even in the early part of being pregnant. So the way to health, okay, is actually to take Alkun Spirulina. Now there's another table that's not in this write-up. Let me go to full page. Yeah, there's another, it's not in this write-up, where it shows, okay, the minerals that we need per day. It is in a bar chart. I think most of you know what a bar chart is. Calcium, we need so much, right? Potassium, we need so much. Magnesium, we need so much. And the minerals in the Alkun Spirulina, right, follows the FDA recommendation, exactly the recommendation of the dosages from the FDA. I will try and get that and also send it to June so that you can spread it around June. That gives us, because too much of one thing affects the correlation of the other minerals that can be absorbed by us. Okay, I will stop the sharing and go back into the full screen so that all of you can see each other. Okay, any questions?
You mean the FDA also recommends?
No, the FDA recommends what? What they recommend is, okay, we must have so much calcium intake daily allowance, magnesium so much, potassium so much, and so forth, right? So you have the bar chart, so it's like a curve coming down. And then this doctor Yasumasa, when he analyzed that, so he also found the content of the recommendation of the magnesium, calcium, potassium in the spirulina mirrors that exactly of the recommendation of the FDA. It's just that it has less. So the other bar chart is higher. This is like a small one, but it mirrors exactly the same curve. That means whatever it is in relationship, the percentage of each component is exactly the same. And it's just that we just have to take more spirulina to bring it up to the same level as the recommendation of FDA, that's all.
Sorry, just asking, right? FDA in general, they do recommendations and studies for drugs only, or they are talking about also
Nutrition as well.
Drugs, June.
nutrition?
Nutrition.
Oh,
Nutrition.
oh, okay.
It's food and drugs.
Just give me a minute.
Food and
I
drug.
run upstairs. I'll
Okay.
take a picture of that and show you guys. Okay?
Okay.
Actually, if you don't mind, I'm just sharing. If you take any food item, right, like maybe I don't know, something like milk or anything of the sort, right? You normally see on the packet, it's according to the FDA recommendation or whatever, how many doses equals to how much of calcium and so on and so forth. So as Gabriel explained just now, it's like for what the FDA will do is they come up with a minimum recommended dose for a certain age group. So meaning if you are 40 years old and you're a male, you should be getting how many milligrams of calcium every day. So this product has got, let's say for me, my recommended dosage of calcium is 2000 milligrams of calcium a day. This product has got 3500 milligrams of calcium. So it is more than the FDA recommended dosage. Something like that.
Yeah, correct. Thank you for the clarification, doctor.
No problem.
Very good. While you chit chat and chill out, I'll go and run up and take a picture of that for you guys.
Okay. So tomorrow, 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
Yes.
10 lah.
Okay. So tomorrow we must find some nice songs to karaoke. Number 2, I'm gonna pair each of us 2 by 2. So we will play some Q&A quizzes.
Paddy has got more questions, right?
The one I have a lot of questions for y'all. Don't worry. All the what we have learned. Then who can answer correctly? Drink. Which one better?
Wait. Dude, your questions are about what we have learned this week, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Enjoy your party tomorrow. I'm not coming.
Okay lah, I'm joking lah.
This is like detention at school, you know. Monday to Friday, school, and then Saturday go for extra classes. No, I don't want.
Then you go and think of questions, lor.
Paddy will handle the questions. Paddy's very good at handling questions.
Okay. So delegation done, Questions for the games tomorrow, Paddy,
Let's do a quiz lah.
Apa?
Quiz,
Sorry?
general quiz.
General quiz lah, yeah.
Yeah.
That will be more
Then
fun.
we go and Google lah.
Come on lah. We had enough for working lah.
You mean the have you ever
cannot
question,
see-
is it?
Cannot see Faisal and Isaac's face,
Yeah.
Wait, hang on.
You mean the question, you mean the have you ever questions that I was asking last time, is it?
It can be anything that we can answer lah.
Okay.
So Paddy, no questions about cricket.
No.
Cricket. You mean the game or what?
No, I'm just being stereotypical because Indian cricket, you know.
So it's supposed to be casual, right? Not some weird, obscure stuff, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No K-pop also.
Okay. No K-pop,
No
is it?
lah, no
No.
karaoke lah. I'm
Yes,
not a
I-
karaoke person. I cannot sing.
Can you hear some of us sing? I think some want to sing their
Okay,
lungs out.
I'll be your backup dancer.
K-pop. I have limited nerdsmanship in K-pop. I'm not like a super K-pop nerd, but I do know a lot.
So if you're gonna ask those kind of question, I partner you lah, because I don't know.
You don't know, is it? Okay, we can ask about the US presidential candidates.
And that one tomorrow have to Google while we play, man. Google for answer.
What is Joe Biden's age?
Okay, June.
Yeah?
I send the three pictures to you,
Oh,
and then you guys, you send it to whatever group, you let them know. Then we open up one by one, and then we will talk about that.
sent already.
Is that clear enough?
This one is from FDA.
Yeah, if we look at the first one, where it says ensure nutrients in balanced proportion. Right? Can you see that picture? Ensures
Yeah.
What's the sound?
Keyboard.
Keyboard?
Yeah. Notes.
or maybe I can upload it and see. Or you want to just see it in your
What is
WhatsApp.
RDA?
Recommended daily allowance.
Allowance.
Yeah. So you look at the first picture where it says ensures nutrients in balanced proportion. Alkan spirulina nutrient composition is in line with the human body's requirement. So the first one is the protein, essential amino acids. You look at the bars, and you look on the left where the bars are much taller, and then on the right-hand side where the bars are much shorter, but you can see the slope is the same, which means the Alkan spirulina composition, right, when they compare to each other, the leucine and the phenolphthalein, okay, they are in the same proportion. So as you go down, you can see they are in the same proportion. It's just that it is a miniature version of the amount needed by the body according to the RDA. And therefore, if we take enough milligrams of the spirulina, the proportion just increases. And therefore, it will be exactly like what the RDA, recommended daily allowance, done by the FDA. Now that's the amino acids, which is the protein. You look at the next one. The next one, it says, oh, that's the protein also. I took a second picture, I'm sorry, just to make it clearer, that's all. Okay, the third one, you take a look at the third one, the essential vitamins. You look at that. The left-hand side is the amount needed by the body according to the recommended daily allowance. And the right-hand side is what is contained in the alkaline spirulina. It's almost the same bar chart. You understand? Okay. So if we increase the number of tablets per day, all that will rise up and we will get the same milligrams that's allowed. That's all. So in other words, it won't run out of proportion.
Gabriel, just to add a little bit lah. Sometimes, okay, like let's just say we are only taking 30 tablets, yeah. So sometimes you will get people asking you, huh? You see, the recommended dosage is okay. If you're looking at the picture, if you look at the first picture you sent, right? Leucine is almost 1,200 milligrams. So I'm gonna assume it's, let's just say 1,100 lah. Okay. So somebody like who doesn't understand this, right, would probably say, oh, the RDA says it's almost 1,100 milligrams, but your alkaline spirulina is only like 200 milligrams. So why so little, right?
Yeah.
So it's a very simple answer. When someone asks you that, it's very simple answer. You are eating other stuff in the day besides alkaline spirulina. So everything together will increase your recommended daily allowance.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I was just about to say that because
but can argue also what sometimes just now we were saying sometimes the normal human today we are eating food that is not healthy. Just now remember that slide that you were showing.
Yeah.
So
No, correct, June. So when someone asks you, that's when you tell them exactly what you're eating doesn't have a lot of these things. It like let's just say, like Gabriel was saying just now, you know, to get enough beta carotene, you need to eat like 500 apples or something like that, right? So you imagine you're eating so much of food and you're still not reaching the RDA of what you're supposed to be getting every day. So a simple way for you to top it up to get that nice curve is you take the alkaline spirulina.
Yeah. So basically, right, that's why we take supplementation. The supplementation is on a smaller basis. We take the 3 meals to try to get the balanced nutrition, but it won't happen. And therefore we need this supplementation to augment what we take in the 3 meals. That's all.
And I think it's also what we can tell them is also, we are not saying that the spirulina is a meal replacement. It's a supplement. So it's complementary to what you're eating. It makes your meal better. We're not telling you to replace what you're eating with spirulina.
Correct. That's right. Fantastic. So you should be a crown manager very soon, doctor.
Hopefully.
No, seriously, your doctorate plays a very good part because of your knowledge. It is true. It is true. Right? So whatever people say, we will tell them, right? You don't really have enough. That's why you are eating all these. You only 6 highs when it should be 6 lows. The 3 lows when it should be the 3 high in protein, high in vitamins and all that. But they're not getting it. And this is where the supplementation comes in. Okay?
This 3 chart is abstracted from FDA, is it? This 3 chart that you just sent to us is abstracted from?
This is the recommended daily dosage.
From FDA?
It doesn't say it's there, but I suppose it is because FDA also recommend for health.
The RDA is only set up by FDA. RDA can only be authorized by FDA.
Yep, correct.
So anyway, so now, okay, we know the potency of spirulina. If we were to add metabolites to it, it makes it even more fantastic because the metabolites can home in to correct the malfunction genes. And therefore, our body should progress to a health even much better. No matter how much of the nutrients we take in, if our genes are not expressed correctly, the cell cannot be healthy. In other words, coming into a house, you're trying to switch on the light, it doesn't happen, so we are groping in the darkness. When we switch it off, it doesn't. There's plenty of light. When it's daytime, it is just malfunction. So the cell is important, but the genes, the DNA, the DNA, the different types of the DNA, so makes up that cell. But in the DNA, there are the genes. And these genes, we can correct the expression through the metabolites. So as
I want to
time
ask one question. Sorry, look at the chart, right? What do I call this? My sentence here is spirulina ingredient content is same proportion as RDA. Those things is called ingredient, or what are they called?
No,
Is it
the minerals that's recommended by the RDA, okay, is in the same proportion as in the spirulina.
No, that's not
It's
what I
just
meant.
that the volume is different.
My question is, because spirulina has so many things. You have mineral, you have vitamin, you have protein, you have what? So what are these things called? Spirulina ingredient or spirulina content, or what? What are they called to classify these things?
Nutrition that's in spirulina.
Nutrition.
The nutrients that's in spirulina. The protein.
Nutrient profile.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Nutrient profile.
Nutrition.
The protein, the vitamins, and the minerals. Now, you will also notice, okay, we do not talk down about the spirulina because this, if we were to take any vegetable, it will not contain this amount of protein, vitamin, and mineral. You take broccoli, you take lettuce, you take spinach, right? It doesn't give you all that. But this is how potent this spirulina is. This is how good this is in giving you your daily allowance. Of course, you take 20 is good, but if you take 30 is even better because that's a higher volume in terms of the nutrient that's accessible by your body. Okay? So I keep on telling people, if the people say, I can't afford to eat 30, or it's okay, take 10. Then as you come on and you're introduced to more people, you start to have some income, you will be taking spirulina on a subsidized basis. And in time to come, you take it for free of charge. You must open up people's mind to say, it is good for your health, even if you take 5 a day. Better than not taking it, right? What we mean is, it's like the coronavirus. We take this, we will then be more healthy, but not as we can't afford 30, we can afford 5, we will be healthier than not taking it at all. We slow down the time for the disease to hit us, in other words. So our cells are a little bit more healthy, but not where we should be. So in time to come, as I introduce to more people, I get some income, I can afford to eat more, I can buy more. And in time to come, I get even better income, I can take it for free. And as time progresses, what will happen? I start to have net income. I take that high volume, I will still have high income. In other words, they progressively, right, comes into the entrepreneurship without them even realizing. Yeah. Years ago, in the old plan, I had one Dato by the name of Ahmad, Dato Ahmad. He was very good. He kept introducing to people. Then one day I said, hey, Dr. Ahmad, you're going to become a manager, You just top up this small volume of things. And by the time I did a calculation, I said, at the end of the day, right, you're going to get 1,000 ringgit. And you only, you get all these products for about 6 ringgit because it's just about 6 ringgit short. So it's highly subsidized, in other words. So people who work this business now isn't easier, binary, left and right only. And therefore, even if they have the power leg, keep accumulating, and then they introduce one more person on this side, the pay leg, then they start to get the team volume commission. It's subsidized, highly subsidized. So we did do the follow-up, and before you know it, you say, wow, this is better than I expect. We put in a bit more effort, and wow, he could be a very good distributor for all we know. So we can go in to introduce to people either from a business side or from the product side. It depends. There's no hard and fast rule. But of course, if they're coming from the product side, we must follow up and go in with the marketing plan as well. We must show them this is a good business where they can get a really good lucrative income. We want people to help themselves to have a good income.
So what's the difference now between Spirulina and SINO-X based on what was shared today and tomorrow? The nutrients here compared to SINO-X, SINO-X have everything.
What Spirulina have, SINO-X have, because SINO-X is also 225 milligrams of Spirulina. One tablet of SINO-X is 225 milligrams of Spirulina, okay? One tablet of Spirulina is 200 milligrams. So let me say it again. One tablet of SINO-X is 225 milligrams of Spirulina. One tablet of Spirulina is 200 milligrams of Spirulina. But SINO-X, besides having 225 milligrams of Spirulina, also have 25 milligrams of metabolites. Now, I've already explained what metabolites can do. It corrects the genes expression for the different kinds of genes, isn't it? Right?
25 mg of metabolites.
Yes, yes.
25, okay.
Yeah. That's
And
why
all these are natural metabolites, right? They are not synthetic.
Sorry?
All these metabolites are derived from some natural substance.
They are derived from the fermentation of alkaline spirulina. Rest assured, there's no synthetic things in there. Yesterday, remember, when we talked about how the process from 1 to 10, so they took alkaline spirulina, okay, clean it in clean water first, and so forth. Then they do the fermentation, extract the good bacteria out to get the metabolites and all that. Then later they introduce that into the spirulina. I will send the PowerPoint to June, and then you guys can go through it again. Okay? So
one tablet of Spirulina is 200 mg lah.
Yes. That's why you need to take 30 Spirulina. 30 times 20, that gives 30 times 200, that gives you 6,000 milligrams. That means you divide by 1,000, that gives you 6 grams. That is the recommended dosage for an adult. Okay. Any other questions you guys want? Isaac, I don't see you, invisible man. Faisal? Oh, now you appear, your eyes appear. The background is not green, so you become fuzzy.
I don't know. Is there anything else we need to know about Spirulina?
Basically, that's it. Because what you want to know is the nutritional value. The amount of protein is 18 of the 22 amino acids, including the 8 essential amino acids. Remember, the 8 essential amino acids.
Maybe you can quiz us so we know what is essential. You just quiz us before we go. You just test us what is important to know only. From what you have taught us today, right? You just ask us questions. If we can answer you means then we can go home.
You answer it for us.
No, I
think it's more for you.
You answer it for us.
Sorry? Isaac?
June answer for us.
Yeah.
Ah,
What are the
yeah.
essential
You-
amino
let's see whether
acids?
June knows or not.
You
You
don't
are-
have the PDF slide with me, so I cannot find the answer.
Test of your memory.
My memory very bad one.
Yeah. What are the essential amino acids, June? Quickly,
Huh?
you got 10 seconds.
What's your question?
What are the essential amino acids in spirulina and RDA?
Like, I cannot
How
remember.
many? How many?
There's something that must have 18, something that say must have 20. I remember that chart, that chart there. Ooh, comes down.
I mean, you will need the chart to do a talk. You can also find this in the iSmart library. Go through the iSmart library. The information is basically.
I've got a question for you though. What's the difference between multivites and spirulina? Because I remember Amway, they sell multivites. I have friends that used to sell multivites and they always try to push me to say, I need multivites in my life. And it's like essential product to have like vitamins or whatever in my body. Just now I saw you have a slide about spirulina versus multivites. So what's the essential? What's the difference? How do y'all convince a person the difference between this usually? Because I think one of our biggest ally, our biggest in the marketplace is also Amway. The community people might be taking this type of vitamins. Are they similar like spirulina?
No. Multivite, as the name says, is multivitamins. Okay? And I don't believe they contain any protein at all. I'm not sure whether the multivite in the given by that company contains any minerals at all too. Because the idea I have from the word multivite is multivitamin, therefore it is what it says, multivitamin. Ours is more than multivitamin because it is 20 vitamin, right? With the clusters of B complex, vitamin K, and all that, plus minerals, plus protein, plus the 4 pigments. The one of them is the orange or the red beta carotene, which is very good for the eyes. And then the second one is chlorophyll, which is very good to detox your liver. The phycocyanin and the xanthophyll, which is very good to help us to suppress cancer cells growth. Now all these are missing. And ours is 100% pure, 100% organic. So for anything that is manufactured the way they do, chances are is synthetic. I'm not sure, but I'll say chances are. I can't be sure because I don't know their product.
But then here, why would we put a slide up here to tell the difference between multivite? Is that in general or is it most multivites is synthetic?
Yeah, most I would say.
What it means by synthetic means it's like chemical lah.
Chemical. But we don't home in. People rarely ask that, honestly. We just tell them, this is what you have, this is what you need. You need this protein. And the more proteins you have, right, the better off you are. In particular, the 8 essential amino acids. Then you also have some vitamins.
I have friends that say, oh, no need lah, I have multivites already. Every day I'm taking multivites. So
yeah, that's good. That's good. We don't argue with them, June. We say that's good. We affirm that first, right? Then straight away he's on your side. He or she is on your side because you attest to the fact that he or she is doing the right thing. Yeah, that's good, right? But then you add but you will still, right, need. Don't say you're lacking. You did not take. You say you still need, right, the proteins and the minerals, and also, right, the chlorophyll, Now the good pigments where it will help you, like beta carotene for your eyes, chlorophyll to detox your liver, something like the blue and the yellow. You can't remember the name now, the blue and the yellow that will help you to suppress cancer cells growth. How about that? It's all in one. It's good that you're taking this multivitamin. It shows you are health conscious. Understand? Affirm that first. So, always remember, don't try to argue with prospects, because you can win that battle, you lose the war, you lose him. So we try to say, you're good, you're health conscious. Now anyone, like I said, when I sell our BioPure purifier, I see their water filter, they are not a purifier. You know, those older days that you have that metal thing, right? And then some of them have the ceramics, what we call the ceramic candles and all that. Wow, you're very health conscious. Why? I noticed you got a water filter here. I didn't say a purifier, water filter. Let me test your water. We will have the TDS tester. You see, when we tell you you're health conscious, wow, he's very proud of himself. He has taken care of his family. But let me test your water, right? Just out of inquisity. Test it. Wow, your reading is so high. Then we do the electrolysis test. I said, wow, you mean my water turns out this? Yeah, I said, every time you drink a glass of water, this is what you take into your body. What about your children? What about your wife? Then they start to get aware. Then you tell them, right? The information. So if they are taking multivitamin, you say, wow, you're good. You're very health conscious. Right?
So just one question more from my side is, what are usual objections to spirulina? That common ones that you have faced all these years. What's the reason why they don't want spirulina that we can be ready for?
Generally, there are a lot of people are ignorant of the fact that they need the proteins, right? The actually is the 22 amino acids. They need the the vitamins. They need the minerals.
Nothing about pricing.
Sometimes about pricing, when they say, wow.
How are we
some of them they have bought from the over the counter from the pharmacy. Then I will tell them what I did. Oh, that's good. You're taking spirulina, fantastic, right? You tell them, if you have the spirulina, you dissolve it there and then show them it's gluten-free. Yeah, those days I was a little bit more inquisitive. I did all that experiment, right? And there's
do we have any competitor that is on similar price and like almost similar to our spirulina? Or our only competitor is over the counter?
Generally, there are some. Today, I hardly have that information. Can check for you. Those days, we also have a liquid spirulina where it is preserved in a tubing form, right? Then we will go into analysis. Theirs is very little spirulina, literally preservative, and also sweetener to make it taste nice, that's all. But they're paying very high price because one tube of that is 5 ringgit over. That's very expensive, right? Can't remember how many milligrams. Ours is 200 milligrams. So in comparison, they have to take a fair few tubes. That's about 20 to 30 ringgit a day. Ours, one tablet, I round it up to 20 cents. Even if you take 30 tablets, it's only 6 ringgit. Theirs is many times more expensive. Hard to keep because you need to keep that refrigerated because it's in a liquid form. And it's inconvenient to take around anyway. So, and then there was another competitor, exactly the same like ours. The pricing very similar, except when we dissolve that and leave it overnight, it turned whitish. I don't know what it is, but definitely it's not spirulina. Yeah. Right? Ours one, you keep it for days on end. After you dissolve, it's still bluish green. Beautiful bluish green. What we call aqua. Not the one that walks along Jalan Aloha, but aqua.
Yeah, actually, I think what is better is that if you have a lot of options, right, in a product type, you should basically just pitch your thing. You should not worry too much about competitors,
Yeah.
because there are too many competitors to worry about. What you should just put forward is, this is what we got, and we have this many recognitions and certifications, so we are very confident about the quality of our product. Then then they can decide, basically, because
Three things to highlight, June.
yeah.
Three things to highlight. First, 100% pure. You don't have additives. 100% organic. Right? Even if they pay a bit more, they understand that because it's organic and pure, therefore it has that pricing in itself, and also halal. So, and then because we do marketing, we do selling, sponsoring, and all that, they will know they have the broad base, whether whatever religion you are, it's okay.
Yeah, it's like Apple. If you have a confidence in your product, then you just say, this is very good. We believe that this is very good.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if it works for you, take it. If you are that conscious about the quality of the product, then you take it.
yeah.
If you
Yeah.
think that OTC is what works for you, then you take that one. So it's basically if is I mean, there's some sales theory behind it, but bottom line is that if the market is too crowded, you don't try to compete with everyone, basically, and you just put forth your product, and you give the assurance of the quality of that product, and let people decide for themselves if that is what they want.
That's why I move on to Sino-X. Spirulina you can find all over the place. Sino-X, tough. And even if they do have some of the metabolites, they don't have that many like us, 100 over. Understand? A lot of the fermented things do have some metabolites, but not what we have. We also have clinical studies and all that. And we also have proprietary, what's called that, production. Right. You take a look at our Zenergy, and you take a look at some of the market, in the market, the kind of fermented products, fermented drink. 1 month, they already come out with a drink, right? Whether they put pineapple and papaya, whatever. You look at the difference. Ours takes 3 years, 3 months. And in low temperature, in in controlled condition. And the fruits, the pulses, and the veggies that goes in, okay, are organic. And that's why there is this. And there's also clinical studies on that.
Yeah, and just wondering, is there any, do you know where is this spirulina sourced from? Is it Malaysia or is it somewhere else?
Say that again, sorry.
I mean, where do you get the spirulina from? Is it Malaysia or?
Associated with Japan, Professor Quinn Kodo.
I mean, the raw material is from Japan or Malaysia?
I know. I believe they grow it in central Taiwan. Because to grow it in Japan, the land cost is just too prohibitive. It will pay through the nose. So they need to take it to a clean area. And central Taiwan, right, what the Chinese call Taichung, right, is unpolluted. It's mountainous, unpolluted, very clean air, clean, everything's clean. So they do it there. In fact, now cultivation of spirulina is all over the world, in the States, in Mexico, in Thailand, even in India. Yeah, it's all over. But it's a matter of the quality, the production. Like I said, Professor Kringodo ensures adequate aeration.
What's also, aeration? Huh? What does
aeration is, you know how you to introduce oxygen back into the water? It's like a fountain. It blows up and it comes down. It dissolves air as it comes down. The water will dissolve some air as it comes down. Okay? And that contains oxygen. And this is what all the organisms in the water lives on. They thrive on that. If you don't have aeration, you put a tank there. You put fishes in, it will die because they use up all the oxygen. It's just like us in a room, sealed. We will use up, right? The oxygen. So without that,
Queen is the founder of Spirulina, is it?
of alkaline spirulina.
Oh,
Yeah.
alkaline Spirulina.
Yeah, just to tell you a bit of history is, you know, what we knew over the years. Those days, Professor Queen Kodo came over and he told us a story. When he was young, he used to sleep in the toilet. Why? Because he had those horrible stomach cramps, you know, and he would be hanging on to the toilet to sleep. And he will have to run to the toilet and all that. So then later on, he discovered, you know, that he takes this spirulina, right? He becomes better and all that. So that's how and then he went into this research and all that. And he is the master of masters in terms of spirulina. Then his son, Yasumasa, took over. And that chart I sent you, the comparison of the RDA and what's in spirulina done by his son. So he's getting more and more. And also, right, his son also have also done a study. Radiation, people who takes spirulina have a better chance, higher degree of getting rid of the radiation that's taken in by the body. Very, very good. And he's discovering more and more things. So the same with our own scientific lab operated by Mr. A.K. Tan. So the metabolites, in time to come, they will discover more and more. It's a matter of going through the process and refining the thing and getting it better and better.
Yeah. Actually, also, I just wanted to suggest maybe Elken should make some product or, you know, check about this NAD therapy thing.
What is that, NAD?
NAD is a new thing that they are trying to, is just coming up. Is there in a lot of natural substances. So that NAD is basically something that your body uses for energy. So that NAD plus those things. I think doctor knows what I'm talking about. But it's nicotinamide.
Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide.
Yeah, that one. So, so they are using that from some natural substances to improve your energy efficiency of your body. How efficiently your body uses energy. So, I think they did some research with some similar algae called chlorella or something like that, which has that. So I'm not sure what exactly they use now, but maybe these people should check, you know, it's just another selling point. If at all there is some relation.
Today, there are so many discoveries all over. It's really hard to keep up. Really hard to keep up.
Yeah.
So, you know, there are things.
Yeah, I mean, you should just basically keep poking and prodding and see, I mean, where we can probably, you know, have some kind of breakthrough or outcome. It's not that we must. I'm just, this is something I came across. Some people told me they are trying this. So I was like, oh, what is this new one thing? So I was like.
Alkan is progressing. Sometime late this month or early next month, we are going into BIQM, Bioinformation Quantum Messaging. I'm not sure whether doctor have gone into that or not. This was discovered by one of the Nobel Prize winner. He is a doctor, virologist. So the company will introduce that for us, and it's a new product altogether. Very interesting. So we are moving with the times, but of course there are so many things. There's advancing. It's just impossible to get all of them. And some of them maybe may cost too much or whatever, right? Not the right, or some people just don't want to give it out yet, not the time right yet, or whatever, or they have given out to someone. But anyway, this BIQM, what do you call that? Information quantum messaging is something very new, and Alkan is progressing. But what is more important is we must get the basics right. We must know how to use, right, all the apps that's Alkan Global. At the same time, do the e-commerce, because we are going out into many countries, and we are really expanding very fast. More products will be added on for the e-commerce. Right now we have those textile things, the caps, the socks, the contouring pants, and also some of the health food, the Cosmo health food, El Merino yarn, spirulina, lactose, and all that, and more will be added on. So when we start the e-commerce, right, we already have a group of people where when we tell them, hey, we have got another product, and therefore you see people will start consuming, and they'll be introducing to friends. Eddie, I think you're very good with these e-commerce things, your computer knowledge, and I think all of you are also quite adept. Start doing that. But that's the way to go. In the future, that's the way to go. And after this lockdown, it will still be this conferencing more than physical meeting in the HQ, because we still need that distance, meter apart.
No, aside from this, right?
Nothing, you already started.
Yeah, I already started.
From beginning,
Okay,
this
5
is
minutes
the
for you guys to go and get
Friday.
your toddy.
Friday night pre-drink.
Okay, I go and get mine. Isaac, you have self-service. We have self-service. We go for self-service. 5 minutes and we go and get ours to join.
Have we changed the schedule already?
Change the schedule already. It's tomorrow.
No, tomorrow is
No, it's tomorrow.
Today is a warm-up.
Gabriel, talking about that just now, right? Last time we had a chat with about wanting to introduce this Rumi platform to the CEO and Anna, because now with this pandemic thing ongoing, right? I felt you all may need a lot more a robust platform that can help you all to communicate globally, through chats. So I was thinking, my CEO is open to open up to other industries. Means we don't mind collaborating, non-hotel industries as well, to open up these features that I'm actually offering to hotels for free now. But for other industries, I think it might be useful for our Alkan for communication wise. I'm not sure. I can explore. I don't know who we can talk to.
You upselling now?
Yes.
You upselling your Rumi product?
I'm going to throw in a solution.
Out of topic, man. Out of topic, please.
Isaac,
That's why I said aside from tonight's topic.
Rumi off already, right?
Huh?
What?
Genting group cut Rumi off already, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
We suspend them already.
Itulah pasal she has to upsell now.
I'm going to get my spirit. You guys already got your spirit.
I have to go shortly. I still have number to churn tomorrow morning.
Me
Early
too.
morning.
I'm gonna run because I need to check on the water situation in my house.
I know why my place don't have that problem. I'm staying in a condo lah.
And then
No, actually, there's a lot of places in Selangor, Damansara, there's no water.
correct.
Yesterday,
Because of the dam that unfinished the project.
PJ flooded. You all saw the photo, right? I sent.
Which one?
Paradigm in PJ, the whole area all flooded last night. Very big storm last night.
The Naza one, Naza area lah, Federal Highway.
Hey, here also, bro, near my house is nearby my house is this place called Kampung Cempaka. The half of the kampong was like freaking flooded. Was Sungai Cempaka overflowed. So we got a request from our adun on whether some of us can go and volunteer to help clean up, because Kampung Cempaka, they are quite poor lah. So they were like asking, can you guys go and help and clean up?
Yeah, I think it's the weather now change, because Langkawi also this afternoon was raining very heavy.
Correct.
Yeah. And then the other part of Langkawi, what they call wind very strong.
Hey, but how's Langkawi otherwise, sir? Completely dead or what?
Langkawi is dead. Everywhere is dead anyway. Everywhere is dead, but Langkawi is safe lah. It's a green zone now.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, we don't have cases except those when the early stage lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, Paddy?
Glenfiddich.
Oh. Jeanette is gin tonic.
Yeah.
I normally don't
By now
switch
we let you go tomorrow.
any drinks. It's just scotch or nothing.
Water is the best.
Correct. I'm hydrating for tomorrow.
Ah. I just added one more glass.
Yeah,
Just
well done.
for you guys.
Okay, I gotta go.
Okay,
Yep.
enjoy churning your numbers.
Me too. I
Alright.
gotta go and do engineering now and see if the water is running in my house.
Engineer, you take over Gabriel's role. He's an engineer.
I need to send the numbers tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock.
Oh, numbers.
Enjoy, Abang Isaac.
Gosh.
Jangan stress
Wow.
here.
What to do?
Better say bye to
This
Gabriel.
week only numbers.
Okay lah tu.
Actually, at least it's not physical. It's just brain cooking.
Brain cooking, but it's complicated. Complicated when it comes to our situation.
At least now I know all the GMs are cooking their brain cells. I know next week is the best time for me to offer free stuff.
They will not take your offer because everything is cut.
Free
Minimize.
cut already.
Minimize.
What is the
Even free also,
Okay, guys, I gotta run, so I see you all tomorrow.
Right.
Yep. See you tomorrow
Thank
night.
you very
Okay.
much.
Take care.
All right, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Have you guys shared the
Okay.
PDF already?
See you.
Not yet. The PDF
Okay,
belum,
okay.
but I just put some notes there. Those
Yeah,
I
I
think
saw the notes.
relevant a bit.
Okay lah.
Okay.
All right, bye guys. See you all tomorrow.
See you.
Thanks, Gabriel.
Bye.
Bye.
Take
See
care.
you tomorrow.
Bye.
10, right?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
10
Okay.
o'clock.
Okay.
All right.
So
Okay.
Datin will be hosting. So you send us your room number and the, password.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, I'll leave the
Yeah.
meeting then.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night. Right.